part of this whole Husky, Still, Echo, McCulloch, which I get it. You know, the older saws, no matter what you buy. I do have a Super XL. I think it's a 1965 made in Charlotte, North Carolina, at the house, which I don't run. It does fire, but I just don't run it. This whole Ford Chevrolet debate style doesn't really matter to me. There's all kinds of saws, all kinds of vehicles, all kinds of trucks, all kinds of cars. Everyone makes good ones. Everyone makes not so good ones, you know. And depending on a person's taste. So, for me, right now, this does a great job, like I said, on small stuff, just around the house. I certainly wouldn't be felling any large trees with it, but it's about all I have right now. We're working on that. Let me give you a little quick backstory. I've been plumbing for 31 of my life. So pretty much my whole adult life, I've been a plumber. Other than that, I did carpentry before. So, you know, I've been involved in one form or another in the construction game, like I said earlier. It's like anything. If you do anything, what's the old adage? 10,000 hours. You know, well, I'm sure most people, when you get up in your 50s, you've blown past that number, if you're lucky. I'm not saying I'm the best it's ever been or anything like that. It's just I feel like I'm pretty good at what I do, only because I've been doing it for 31 years. And there's still things to learn all the time. But I've felt for quite a long time that saws, power saws, as the man says, just something about it. Sorry, I was interrupted a little bit there. Work calls. So where was I? Lucky enough. Yeah, yada. You know the deal. Saws, there's something about it. The smell. The power. Not saying that the saw I showed you earlier is a powerful saw. It's a good saw. I wouldn't say it's exactly powerful. But ever since I started listening to and watching Buckin', Billy Ray, it's really put a lot of things in my heart about following my heart. 56 years old. The reason why I've stayed in plumbing so long is it fed my family. It's that simple, you know. A decent wage for the area I'm in, pays the bills, feeds my family. Well, my daughter is married a year ago. My son is out of the house, but you know how that goes. He's welcome back anytime. but he's trying to make it on his own. Um, and my wife, you know, and 2 cats and dog. The typical family, I would say. Yeah, paid the bills. It's kept insurance, you know, all the general things, you know. But in the last several years, for example, when my father passed, I was fortunate enough that I took care of him quite a bit the last 2 years of his life. And we became closer than we ever had been in my memory. Certainly as adults. He was a great man. I couldn't have been luckier on the parent train, you know, so I'm not going to sit here and complain about that, you know. But whenever he passed, it hit me hard, really hard. Still does from time to time. My mother passed away fairly young, sort of unexpectedly. But anyway, point being that some people are, oh, you know, hold me, I feel bad. I'm upset, I'm saying, and that's understandable. Everyone's different. I think quite a few people wanted to just hug me quite a bit through that time period, and all I wanted to do was go out in the woods. It was December. It was nice, cool. Go out in the woods, build a fire, cut down trees, make some coffee on my grandmother's percolator on the ashes that I stoke in the fire. That's the way I cope. That's what makes me feel better. Yeah. So, having said all of that, the power saw thing, the tree cutting thing, the firewood thing, I don't burn firewood. I have several friends that do, so when I go out there and cut, I'm cutting for them. I don't charge them. My only ask is that if I cut trees from my property, sort of like a hunter shooting a deer on my property, you know, no matter how you feel about that, my feeling is if you do, I hope that you're using every bit of that animal that you can. And most people, you know, that I've met do. So similarly to that is if I cut a tree off my property, I want you to use as much of that tree as you possibly can, whether it's for kindling, whether it's for nighttime, you know, whether it's for long burn, slow burn, you know, whatever. But I don't charge. I don't, you know. But I've wanted to grow more and more and more, especially recently with the kids out of the house. And I can't explain it. It's not a want anymore. You know, it's not a, boy, I'd really like to. We all do that. We all do that. I'd really like to. Well, a couple of weeks ago, after I went on a binge of watching Bucking, I couldn't sleep because I had this need, and I still have it. I have this need to run saws, to cut. Again, I don't have very much. But what I have, I'm going to put to use, you know. And yeah, I can't explain it. It's so every day when I'm going between jobs, or even at a job where I'm on my own, I'm listening to Billy. And it's just in my blood. I swear that it is what I was supposed to do. I believe that. Again, this late in life, trying to make it a career, you know. So anyway, my whole thought process is, if I could do it, even a little bit, you know, very small, maybe even just myself, maybe my brother, maybe my son helping out, you know, and continue to work, obviously, but it's just something I have to do. And I haven't ever been this close until Buckin always says, follow your heart. That's what I'm trying to do. So, again, I've got the right name for it. Woodworth. How much? You've heard them all. How much is that wood worth? Yeah. So anyway, let's get off all this introduction, sappy kind of stuff. And maybe we can just learn together. Because I have a lot to learn. A lot to, a lot to learn. But I feel like if you haven't checked out Buck and Billy Ray, you need to. If you're at all interested in felling axes, any kind of timber, really. And not just that. Motivation, inspiration. He's a great teacher. If you just pay attention. He's a great teacher. So, thanks everyone. Let's get this thing started. All right.